What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're talking about the possibility that Battlefield 6 could be getting a bit of a makeover come release. Nothing is confirmed yet, but some talk has been stirring around how the game looks and the colors and how everything is sort of set up after the beta has ended, which I find to be very strange. We do have official word from DICE on this topic. Total FPS on Reddit did provide some insights as to what might potentially happen. And then Temporal dropped a big bomb on us with the Gauntlet mode, a bunch of information about this upcoming mode. It's supposedly free to play. It has custom portal settings and so much more we'll be going over. So without further ado, if you want to follow Battlefield 6, this is the channel for you. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed. We're just gunning towards 90,000 and towards 100,000. Gonna have to think of 100,000 subscribers special. I never even thought I would reach this point, so thank you again so much for that. And of course, hit the like button on this video and comment down below, what do you think about this debate with Battlefield 6 looking a certain way with the colors? Did you find the beta to look weird? Let me know as you watch this video. So this is the picture people are talking about. This, I think, came from a YouTuber that deals with color grading and just graphical sort of things. The top picture is just the way the game looked normally in the beta, and the bottom picture is apparently without the quote-unquote filter or the color grading that was apparently present on some maps, or on actually all maps, during the beta in Battlefield 6. Personally, I find it pretty hilarious that people are now just talking about this because a YouTuber made a video showing a hypothetical difference between the beta and how the game could look. When the beta was going on, I swear I didn't see a single soul complain about how the game looked graphically, color-wise. I saw people really praising the aesthetic of the game and just how different this game really does look and feel compared to Battlefield 2042, and just how strange that is, seeing as 2042 is the game before BF6, so it is a bit of a crazy 180. Now, like I mentioned, this conversation has actually seen quite a surprising amount of traction after this first hit the internet. Total FPS responded to this on Reddit. He says, biomes, temperatures, and creative intent should be taken into consideration when it comes to these things. It isn't a filter, it's the actual atmospheric vibe of each particular location. So he's insinuating here that each map has its own biome, temperature, creative intent going on with an atmospheric, perhaps, filter applied over the gameplay on that specific map. I suppose this forms something they want to achieve with the overall feel of the map. But he does go on to say, maybe one day we'll sit down with the level designers and chat through this stuff, showing what goes into their hard work. So that's cool. I do appreciate the transparency from Total FPS on this. And, I mean, he's essentially saying they're going to bring this up to the developers and we'll see what will happen. He also had a separate reply that says, I'm sure the team is always working to fine-tune. The game is still in development after all, but we'll continue to work through the feedback. It has changed from Battlefield Labs pre-alpha to open beta and then some. The team is ensuring that there are distinct visual aesthetics to each map. After all, they do take place in different parts of the world, and therefore, as stated, they have different biomes and temperatures that you'd expect from those regions. Going back to what I said earlier, these are not filters, but actual grading and design choices playing out to ensure visual differentiation. Gone are the days of putting blue on everything, which I know some comments referred to. We'll chat with the level design team and see where we can improve, and also aim to share more on in the near future if we can. So again, bit of an interesting conversation. The fact that this is coming up after the beta ends is, again, probably the most interesting thing about this to me, because I really don't think there was much complaining about how the game looked during the beta. However, if people are really gunning for these changes, I say give them to them. Just fucking change, get rid of the temperature, get rid of all this graphical stuff they're doing with the maps to try to create a certain feel for each map. If that's what the community wants, just do it. This is one of those things where it's simply not important enough to sort of stand on business. Just give the community what they're asking for. Moving on, we have more information from Temporal, our trusty data miner friend. He has this to say about the upcoming Gauntlet mode in Battlefield 6. Summary of Gauntlet, a squad elimination mode in Battlefield 6. Squad elimination. The finals, anybody? Is this a finals-like mode for Battlefield 6? Temporal says it uses the Battle Royale map, has 4 missions per match, various mission types, CTF, etc., modifiers like sudden elimination, custom settings via portal, and it's likely free to play. And then he provides us with this graphic, which includes a lot more information. So apparently, how to play this mode is you fight together as a squad to complete a series of 4 missions. Squads with the lowest scores in each mission are eliminated. So again, heavily similar, in my opinion, to the finals. He goes on to say, in the final mission, the first squad to reach the point target is the winner. The better your mission results, the more your field specs improve. So as you play through this mode, you're going to get your class specs. Just for instance, the assault class is going to gain its health regeneration perk, so on and so forth. The next big thing is he details a bunch of separate mission types you can get. We have Vendetta, take out marked enemies and hostile squads, survive as a high value target to earn points. This is pure speculation on my part. High value target, is there a commander mode for Gauntlet? I don't know, maybe there's some sort of weird commander thing going on where you can mark people as high value targets, but that's probably not the case. This is probably just something you pick up during gameplay. Next, we have Heist. Capture intel caches from the hostile HQ carriers are always marked for the enemy. Wreckage. Pick up bombs to blow up MCOMs. So there could be like a little mini rush game mode in this Gauntlet mode to fight other squads. You also have Extraction, which is probably reusing something from Hazard Zone because, again, it says retrieve data drives, which were the things you extracted in Hazard Zone, and deliver them to drones. Check drones for traps to avoid an ambush. Then we have Circuit. Claim and hold nodes like in Chainlink from Battlefield 4. Great game mode, by the way. Bring Chainlink back. That mode was fucking sick. Apparently, you control the nodes automatically to spot different hostile enemies. Then we have Deadlock. Secure and hold zones with your squad. Split up to capture more zones for extra points. Contract. This is just a simple track and eliminate. And finally, we have Decryption. Secure and decrypt any beacons you find. Sprinting pauses the decryption progress. So there we go, there's Gauntlet. Part of me is kind of worried about there just being too many game modes in Battlefield 6. Too many separate things going on, because you have to think, the campaign is one thing, that's going to be one and done for a lot of people. The multiplayer is, in my opinion, the main attraction for the OG Battlefield players. I do think a lot of OG Battlefield players are just simply never going to touch the Battle Royale or Gauntlet, and that makes sense. I think the BR and Gauntlet are specifically designed to attract a completely different type of player or new players. But then you just have to think, you have all the separate multiplayer modes. I mean, there's going to be like probably 15 or 20 plus of those, plus Portal. Then we have the BR, then we have Gauntlet, and I'm not complaining, right? I'm not complaining about this. We can have a bunch of stuff in the game. We can have all these separate modes. I'm just wondering if it's just going to be a little too much. Because if you end up splitting the player base so heavily between all these modes, that means all these separate modes are going to have relatively low player counts, and naturally people are going to gravitate towards whatever is popular, right? They're going to be fan favorite modes that people play over others. So part of me wonders if one of these separate experiences they're going to attach to Battlefield 6 is going to end up getting the short end of the stick and just basically forgotten. But overall, Gauntlet sounds to me like some sort of mishmash of a bunch of things. It's on the BR map. It sounds like it has extraction shooter elements, but it's not quite an extraction shooter. It sounds like the finals, and it might be free to play. So I'm actually really interested to see how this will play. Maybe there will be some sort of like competitive mode attached to it as well. But that's going to do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and of course, swing by stream. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. I've been losing my absolute shit grinding this battle pass. I mean, the BF6 fatigue is real. Even just looking at Battlefield 6 gameplay when I'm editing these videos makes me sick because of just how much better it is than 2042. I swear to God, if they end up delaying Battlefield 6 for whatever unforeseen reason, it's going to hit me like a ton of bricks. It really will. So thank you again for watching. Swing by stream, first link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video.